Afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Sugar Bees. Today we're going to be doing some layering. My rule of thumb is always knock out whenever possible, but the customer wanted the thickness of not doing the knockout. So normally we would knock the red out from the center of the white, so you'd basically just have an outline. But she wanted the thicker version, so we're going to do it this way. I'm going to show you the front logo that we're putting on here, and then we're going to show you, we're going to put Nana and Papa on the back of each one of these shirts, and jersey style, and we're going to put the number on the back too. I've got my press. We're going to be using Perfect Press today from JSI. I've got my press set to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Apparently 2XL and 3XL navy and black shirts are a hot commodity right now, so I had to resort to using Hanes brand, which I cannot stand. But at least I'm gonna be able to finally get this order done. So we're gonna do our pre-press right quick and find our center of our tee, and just to let you know how I do that, this is the top shoulder of my shirt. I match those seams up right at the neck. Then I come over to the sleeve seam and match those up. Place it on my press, and I hit it for the full 8 seconds. So you're going to have a nice crisp line down the center, as you can see. So now, the next thing I do is get my lint roller, because any little trash that's on here is going to get caught underneath that vinyl, and I don't want that. Just a little one of those extra things to make sure you got a nice professional clean look. Make sure I don't have any wrinkles that are going to get folded over. Okay. Typical logo placement is 3 inches from the bottom neck seam. So I have my handy dandy little ruler here, and I'm going to measure 3 inches down from that bottom neck seam. The first thing we're going to place down is, of course, our white. And if you want to make it easier to find your center, and number 2 thing, I see I have some little trash on here from little small particles. You can take your lint roller and get those up as well. If you ever find yourself doing a little intricate design that has a bunch of little loosies that you've weeded out, as long as you haven't broke the adhesion between the carrier sheet and the vinyl, you can take your lint roller and just roll over it real easy and get those up. But to find your center, just going to simply meet the ends up like so, and you're going to just fold a little crease in your carrier sheet. Now you've marked your center. We're going to take this center, we're going to come 3 inches down from our neckline, and we're going to line our crease up in our vinyl with the crease in our shirt. And come down a little bit more, and we're on there. This will help you get a perfect center every time. Now I do want to angle this a little bit more. So I just tilted that ever so slightly. You can see that there. Okay, The key to, that is very odd. Heard an odd noise. The key to layering. Don't hit it full temp. Don't do a full press on it. We want to do just a tack down. So I'm only going to hit this for about 3 seconds. Remember, if it's a cold peel, let it cool down before you take this carrier sheet off. And I do believe this white, I got a bad batch. Well, mixed up batch. Where this would normally be hot peel, this is actually cold peel. So I'm going to hit the first layer for 3 seconds. And I always have a little towel that I like to run over it. This is just me being anal retentive. You don't have to do this. I just like to squeeze out that adhesive and just make sure everything's sticking properly. So there we have our first layer down. Only hit that for 3 seconds. I feel confident that it is cooled down. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off my carrier sheet. Let's see, I've picked up a little bit more lint. Get that off. Okay. And I don't care what you do. You're always going to have shrinkage with vinyl. You're going to see it less in holographics. You're going to see it less in glitters. It almost non-existent to me in holographics or glitters. But you're always going to have a little bit of shrinkage. And the way you can avoid that, you're never going to avoid it altogether, but the way you can lessen it is short, just tack down presses until you get all of your elements of your design on there. And see, this is going to be really easy to line up because you see the cut lines. I leave those on there. I could just go in and say, just cut just the red. Or just the portion that I want. But I like to have those cut lines because it makes it so much easier to line up my design. It'll be perfect every time. Every time. Okay. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're only going to do 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Pull back our carrier sheet. Now, we're going to do the full 10. We've got all of our elements of our design on here. And we're going to hit it at the full, well, actually 8 seconds. We're going to hit it at the full 8 seconds because we're done. So by doing those short presses, you've lessened your shrinkage time. And you don't have to worry so much about everything lining up because, I mean, basically vinyl is like shrink wrap. I mean, basically that's what it's like. So, okay, now we've got the front done. I'll tilt you around so you can see. Front is done. And these are fairly large shirts too. So we're going to flip it over. We're going to do our back. I'm going to see if I can lift you up a little bit more. Sorry about the technical difficulties here for just a second. going to bring it over just a little bit more. Same scenario, except on the back. When you press your shirt, you're going to have this nice little indentation from the front portion of the neckline. This is where I start my design on the back of my shirt. I have found that that is the perfect measurement. That is the perfect jumping off point when you're doing the back of a shirt. Let me see who we're doing here, because Papa gets the biggest shirt. Okay, this is going to be Nana. See, Nana? Okay, and again, I'm going to fold it in half so I can find my center. Bam, got my center. I'm going to bring this logo, the top of this end, I'm going to meet it up with the indentation of that front seam. And I'm going to line my fold up with the indentation with the press seam, the pressed fold that we have on there. So now we've got Nana laid down, and what we're going to do next, we're going to hit it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. We're going to lift it up on the 4. Like I said, you don't have to do this. It's just me being anal retentive and make sure that adhesive is dispersed. I like to make sure everything is smooth back down when you pull that first layer off. Take this heat tape off. It won't do anything, but it'll annoy me. So now we're just going to line everything back up here. Three seconds. 1, 2, 3. If you see some little bubbles in there, don't worry about it. Don't worry, because we're about to hit it full force with our Teflon sheet. I don't use a Teflon sheet every time because I do have a non-stick press. But unless I'm doing a light color garment, and I just hit it the full 8 seconds. And we're done. I think I'm going to hit it one more time because I think there's little air pockets between the letters, and that happens from time to time. It's no big deal. They'll normally go away on their own, but I want to deliver this today, so I want to make sure they're non-existent. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit it again. And I'm on medium pressure, folks. In case I forgot to say that, I do believe I did. Okay. Spin you around here. There's our back. And there's our front. I don't like the way the town name turned out, but she wanted to exactly match their logo. So sometimes tracing isn't, you know, wonderful. But you can see we have full adhesion. But like I said, knock out whenever possible, because I don't care for doing this, because I don't think it's going to last as long as it normally would if you were doing the knockout. I like that vinyl to fabric contact. And with layering right on top, vinyl on top of vinyl, I don't feel like it would get that. But that's what the customer wanted. So we're going to hang this up and let it cool down. And I've got one more to do for Papa. And hopefully by this afternoon, I'm going to be back with a little review tutorial using the automotive vinyl. And we're going to be putting it on a stainless steel tumbler. So I've got to soak the label off of it with some WD-40 off of the cup. And then we're going to attempt to adhere that this evening. So I'll let you know how it goes. If I don't get to that today, I do apologize. I have some other orders to get out. I will get it done ASAP. And I know I still owe you guys part 2 of the transfer video. So we'll get that done ASAP. But until then, we'll talk later. Bye.